Make everything. Are we live? We're live.
We are live, man. What are you getting personally here? Are we
Welcome,
about to go and
folks.
start bantering each other here?
Look, man, just because you don't drink as much water as me doesn't mean you need to get jealous.
Bro, just,
It
just
doesn't.
because you got a Justin Bieber haircut and some
Listen,
shades
man,
on doesn't mean you can just say anything and lift your pinky while you're
let me show you something. I have 2 cups empty. Wonder why? Guess what? Third cup right here, full of water, ready to go. Let there be no
you,
question
you drink
as to
you
who is
drink
more
water from a
hydrated.
cup with a handle. What
Yeah,
happened to just bottles of water?
because man, they got plastic, they got chemicals. Okay, the thing you don't understand about me is that I'm all about health, right? That's
You're laughing on your.
no, no, I'm being dead serious right
You
now.
can't take yourself seriously, man.
No, I'm being completely serious. I'm all about health, and so that's
Hundred
why
percent,
I put
100%.
water in these types of cups that you
Yeah.
wouldn't understand.
Look,
And
man,
that's
I'm
okay.
very happy for you. You need the water. You need it, right? Skincare, top priority. But
Hmm.
most importantly, we got a million people watching right now. So I
Welcome,
want to
folks.
congratulate you all for getting to this live stream, this weekly live stream. I would like to apologize for not showing up in the live stream we had last week. I know everyone panicked. I know not everything wasn't going as proper just because I'm not here. So I want to thank you for keeping up with Brendan. And again, another week, another dollar. Tomorrow's Monday. And how are you feeling, man?
I'm feeling cautious, to be honest. I'm feeling good, but I'm feeling very cautious,
You've been
folks.
saying that a lot recently. How come?
I
I
am
feel like
because
you're
look,
not convinced yet.
I'm not, and I told this to our members in our Discord the other day, which is I'm cautious, but I'm bullish rather. But a part of me is very cautious because look, man, we're seeing higher highs, higher lows. We flip major resistance and support. We're looking good. We're looking strong. Fundamental reasons are good. On chain metrics are good. But until we make new all-time highs, man, there's always that chance. There's always that chance that all of this could still end up being just a bull trap. Now, I don't think it will because I'm putting my money into this market, but
Hmm,
that chance still exists and it weighs on
definitely.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's definitely a lot of risk to whatever we're doing. We can think a lot about what's going to happen in the market, but the market eventually does what the market wants to do, man. So that's what we're going to discuss. We're
Yeah.
going to outweigh see if the reward outweighs the risk and what kind of risk we got right now, because we got some a bunch of good news out there. And then if we're looking at the price action itself, I think things are looking kind of good, to be honest. 3 months of downtrending, and now we're seeing some that nice leg up that we had. So is that just a true bullish market? Are we turning? Are we reversing back up? Was the $65,000 region that first stop we had before we continue to go up? Everyone's betting on 100K, 200K, or $1 billion Bitcoin with the $20,000 Ethereum. We want to see what happens, man. But we can start with Bitcoin if you want.
Yeah, folks. So look, welcome everyone for being here. We're gonna go over Bitcoin, Ethereum, some of our favorite altcoins. Cardano, Vechain, that kind of stuff. So make sure everyone like and subscribe, share the live stream, and later near the end of the live stream, we're gonna do a portfolio update on our paper portfolios, and maybe do a bit of a Q&A. So
Boom,
um,
boom, boom.
let's delve into it. So folks,
I
let
can't
me
see anything with these shades, bro.
yeah, why don't we take them
I
off?
just can't. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, guys. So look, whenever we're cautiously bullish or bullishly bullish, whatever kind of bullish we are, we bust out the shades.
There we go.
So we got to come up with something to do once we're bearish, man. Okay.
Just take off the
So
shades.
right, all right. So
All
guys,
right, so
look,
let's see.
let's
What do you
let's
got?
talk about Bitcoin. Let's talk about Bitcoin. So guys, look, couple things. There's a lot of reasons as to why I'm bullish about Bitcoin right now. And so one of the reasons why I'm bullish about Bitcoin is because of the hash ribbon indicator. Folks, what you need to know about this indicator is that it gives us a blue buy signal after a capitulation event with some hash rate moving averages. Basically, what's important here is that every time we've had a blue buy signal, it has signaled the local low, and we have had massive run ups after we've had these blue buy signals. Folks, you can look it up yourself. It's a free indicator on TradingView. You can see how every time we've had a blue buy signal in the past, we've had a massive run up and it's signaled the local bottom. except during March 2020, which was the global big cough event. So we've had a blue buy signal recently
That's
signaling
what
that
you've been
this
calling it?
what the big cough.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, I can't say the word because YouTube will not only will they demonetize us, but they won't share us as much. They won't share the
Right.
channel. We cannot say the word because they'll put us like in a different tier.
True.
But folks, we've had the blue buy signal, which leads me to think that the bottom is in for Bitcoin as well. Looking at these daily EMA ribbons, you can see how all throughout the cycle's parabolic uptrend, we held the EMA's ribbons as support. And what have we been seeing as of recently, folks? This is beautiful. This is textbook. A break above, but not only a break above, we came back down and retested it, held it as support. This is absolutely beautiful, folks. This is what we want to see. Although, folks, in the short term, something to be very aware of here is Bitcoin is forming this pennant formation. We're going to break out very, very soon here. Within the next day, we're going to break out of this thing. This is typically a very bearish pattern, although if we break to the upside, it could be very bullish. So, folks, if we break down from this thing, I fully expect Bitcoin to retest the original breakout point right at just above $41,000, maybe this previous high here at $42,000. If we break down from this pennant, which we're likely to do so, we're likely to break out within the next day or so here. Now, zooming back out to the macro picture, me and Messin were trying to discuss this before the live stream. What area do we need to look out for to be wary of a bull trap? You know, me and Messin, we've been discussing, we're worried about a possible bull trap scenario. Well, folks, we are in the territory of a possible bull trap scenario. I do believe that somewhere from $48,000 to $50,000, if we were to have a bull trap, is likely to be somewhere within this region. Previously, very price reactive. Here, resistance. Here, support. Here, support. Here, support. Here, support as well. So it's a bit of a range. I'd say from $48,000 to $50,000. If Bitcoin can get daily candles fully closing above $50,000, then I think we would have broken through one major possible range of bull trap territory, and thus gives us the likelihood that we could probably continue to go up even further. So, folks, what I'm looking out for is daily closes above 50,000. If we get that, then we could breathe a greater sigh of relief that we're out of this zone. Now, something I also want everyone to be very aware of is even looking at this bull market, what do we see? We never just go up in a straight line, folks. We go up, we go down, we go up, we go down, we go up. What have we not really had? We haven't really broken down yet. Exactly. So, guys, look, if we break down from this pennant pattern, I'd say if we have a 4-hour close below this green line, we're probably going to retest that original breakout point at around 50 or 52,000, about $51,000. Did I say 50? I meant 40. 41 to about $42,000.
That's the bullish side of you talking right now.
It is the bullish side of me talking. As well, it seems to be a very good time to be in altcoins, as I'm sure we're all quite aware of. Bitcoin dominance is breaking down. As long as we see this continued downtrend in Bitcoin dominance, altcoins are continuing to likely do very well. As well, folks, some I want to keep in mind when trying to gauge when to take long-term profits is this Nupal chart, the net unrealized profit and loss chart, which measures how many people in this market are on profit. And when too many people make too much money too fast, we enter this blue euphoria zone. It is historically called out local tops and cycle tops. So, folks, once we get near this blue euphoria zone, we'll definitely let you guys know. Make sure you like and subscribe, share this live stream. Because once we get near that area, I will definitely start to look to take profits. Now, let's keep looking at a few off-chart factors that are likely to influence what Bitcoin's doing. Folks, the hash rate is recovering. I interpret this as bullish confirmation for Bitcoin, because when Bitcoin started falling, it was exactly when China started clamping down on Bitcoin, and there were some power outages, and the downtrend first began when we saw that decline in the hash rate. Is essentially, I interpret this as a temperature check of the health of the Bitcoin network, and the fact that the hash rate continues to recover tells me that the network continues to be very healthy. So this is a very good sign. As well, guys, look at this. The amount of Bitcoin held on exchanges continues to drop. It's been kind of moving sideways here. So whatever way we break out of this very narrow range in the short term, I do believe is likely to tell us what the next major level might be for Bitcoin. If we start to see Bitcoin entering exchanges, then hey, maybe we break down from that pennant. If we see a sudden drop of Bitcoin leaving exchanges, if we leave this range, then that could tell us that Bitcoin has more ability to see further bullish continuation. Now, guys, no one thing is the end all be all, but I do think this is like to act as confirmation of the trend. Also, we're also seeing something super, super interesting. Long-term holders calculated by Glassnode. We're seeing long-term holders accumulate Bitcoin at the same time that short-term holders are selling out off their Bitcoin. This is
Weak
typically,
hands, man.
man, look, this is typically interpreted as a very bullish signs because historically speaking, long-term holders don't buy unless they think another leg of the bull run is likely or possible. So the fact that we're seeing those long-term holders starting to accumulate is also very, very bullish itself. Now, something that I've seen a lot throughout crypto Twitter, some of you guys might have seen it as well, is the Bitcoin realized cap hodl waves that measures kind of the waves of how short-term holders buy and sell their Bitcoin. And historically speaking, there's been kind of three waves where short-term holders accumulate, sell off, accumulate, sell off, accumulate, sell off. And this has happened basically every single cycle Bitcoin has had so far. Now, this time around, we've seemed to have only had one of these kind of hodl waves so far, suggesting that if the past has any bearing on what could happen in the future, we may have three more waves of kind of short-term hodlers buying and selling. And so if we do end up seeing anything like that, folks, come that third wave, it could be a great take profit signal, not financial advice. All of these things need to be considered with everything else. You know, don't take any one of these factors as the end all be all, but very interesting to see. Also, recent news, I believe it was early August, Germany has now opened up crypto investing to institutions. So very bullish news. And I just want to finish off with this right here with Bitcoin, which is the global funding rate and open interest. Open interest just measures the amount of futures contracts in existence, and global interest just tells us if most of the market is bullish or bearish, or longing or shorting rather. So we're seeing that participants are entering this market, and there's more and more participants in this market, and they're bullish because whenever we have a positive funding rate, it tells us the future markets are long, which is, you know, bullish in my opinion.
Bullish, bullish.
Yeah, guys. So we're seeing a lot of that macro bullishness. I'll wrap up here with Bitcoin. Ultimately speaking, I think breaking out of this pennant is going to be very key. Breakdown, we're going to 41. Break up. If we get daily closes above 50,000, then we have room for continuation. That's all I have to say about Bitcoin.
Boom, boom, boom. Very nice, concise, so condensed with such rich value and information, man. I love it. I'm seeing Ben Adams saying it's he's first. We United saying, or hey, hello, we United. Jeffries and 8-bit artist is saying portfolio right at the cusp of 100K, man. Come on, Ada.
That's awesome.
And there's a bunch of people. So, guys, thank you for watching. If you continue to watch, make sure you like the live stream. One thing I wanted to add to whatever you were saying, man. So, end of last month, I remember we went live and we were talking about the, at the end of every month, we always look at whatever's going on to see how the closing is. The closing is extremely important in terms of the candlestick. It tells us, it gives us the confidence, whether the buyers are more confident than sellers, and just a bit of a story. One thing, if you notice on the monthly chart for Bitcoin, last month we had this close we saw here, which was beautiful, right? But overall, this is probably the best performing month in Bitcoin, or the best looking candlestick, in my opinion, after a downtrend for Bitcoin, because we're seeing that wick to the bottom, and I'm seeing that buyers came in and just completely pushed the price action above. Almost no, if I zoom in for a bit, almost no retracement, no pressure back from the sellers. That's specifically for July. But if you look through the entirety of this chart here ever since September 17th, in my opinion, July at a very good support zone after a nice run up. We had 3 months of downtrending, and this comes in, and that's the thing. So this is what we bet on at the beginning, at the end of last month. We were waiting for that close on the monthly. We're saying, look, this looks like a very nice candle, best candle we're seeing throughout this whole chart. Let's just see if there's some sort of follow through this month in August. Now we're halfway through, and Bitcoin is continuing to push up. The market took the signal, and we're having that nice follow through after. So that's, in my opinion, man, very nice to see. I still see the RSI also still on the monthly above the 50, between the 50 and the 70, telling me that we're still in a continued uptrend. The only thing I would say maybe to keep in mind is the volume. We still don't see a lot of volume. I don't know if you agree or not. I don't see too much volume compared to average. That's always the last resort that we look at. We have our thesis, we have our theory, but you need to make sure that the whole market is looking at the same thing you're looking at. And we just need to see that in the volume. That's always being represented in the volume, and we just don't see that much of it yet, although we're continuing to uptrend. So still something nice to see. But one thing besides the news stories you added on Germany, which is extremely amazing, allowing them to own up to 20%. They're not banning it. They're not saying we don't want to use it. They're not saying it's a threat. We're saying you can actually hold it if you want, and these are your tax whatever breakdown. Another thing that I saw, if you guys saw the past this is not it, no, this right here. The past month, we saw the whole crypto community go crazy. Everyone's talking about what's happening with the infrastructure bill, and everyone's voicing their opinion. Ted Cruz came to the picture, trying to save the whole thing. Still, regardless, the bill passed, and now we're going to see what's going to happen in the next couple of months. However, everyone was scared of whatever how they identify Bitcoin or a broker and the infrastructure bill is. Now there's some anonymous news somewhere, so always take that with a grain of salt, saying that the Treasury is seeking to quell fears crypto tax rules are overly broad. The U.S. Treasury Department said to clarify that only cryptocurrency companies it considers brokers will need to comply with the proposed IRS reporting requirements. So they could actually change what that definition is. So we're not all in danger, aiming to quell the concern over a provision in the bipartisan infrastructure bill passed by the Senate. So they're saying, look, we heard you, and we're going to change the definition or consider it or actually properly explain what we think a broker is. It's not about how you think, whether you are a broker or not. It's whether, whatever comes in to your company, to your wallet, whatever the case might be, what you do with it, what kind of services you give, whatever you spit out, we will consider that and that only to see if you are a broker or no. And they also said that, hey, we're going to make sure not to cripple innovation and growth in the blockchain community and blah, blah, blah. So again, they're saying anonymous sources. Take that with a grain of salt, but we could hear something soon here.
Yeah,
And that's it, man.
No, 100%. So if we go back to my screen real quick here, I just have two last things to say that I forgot to mention. Very quick here, folks. The weekly MACD for Bitcoin is on the verge of having a bullish crossover. This is quite substantial. If you look at the last time Bitcoin has had a bullish crossover on the weekly, I mean, folks, we've had substantial run-ups every time we've had that. Now, will we have this bullish crossover? Will we see, continuation of the run-up? It's not a guarantee, but the chart looks good, very good. As well, folks, just to really summarize here on Bitcoin, this 48 to 50,000 zone is the bull trap zone, in my opinion. I think if we get daily candles closing above 50,000, then I think, an argument could be made that we're leaving the bull trap zone. So that's all I have on Bitcoin, man.
There we go, man. So, yeah, no, 100%. Maybe we'll just switch to Ethereum here.
Let's talk about it.
It's been a lot going on this past week. Let me just switch to my screen. We're looking at Ethereum right now sitting at the 3,300 and $1, and now we're actually seeing some sort of resistance happening. So we're looking at the daily, but overall I actually want to look at the monthly first. So the same thing we saw with Bitcoin right now. Last month, same thing, pretty nice hammer candle for Ethereum, indicating extreme confidence and buying. Also, again, if you look all throughout this whole run, this is one of the best candles, in my opinion, showing extreme confidence in the market, and we're seeing that follow through as well. So we saw the close. We said, hey, let's just see what's going to happen here. Are the people going to buy or no? Is this going to signal to the market that we are actually expected to go up? It looks like we did, because ever since that close, ever since the beginning of the month, Ethereum went from 2,500, to 2,535, all the way up to the 3,327, taking us at a nice 30% movement of price action. So looks pretty good so far. Usually when we get those hammer candles, it's not that only that one candle that comes after. It's a couple candles of a nice bullish. You don't see that momentum pushing us actually to the upside. And looks like right now this is extremely dominant. Buyers are extremely dominating the price action. So I like to see it. But overall, we still have 15 days to go. We need to see what's going to happen the next couple of weeks. But any closing, above this, at least right here, the 27,000 would be the best closing price that Ethereum ever had. And that says even a lot more. But overall, again, if volume is pretty low, we're not seeing much. That also tells you that, even on lower volumes moving higher, maybe because of supply, not a lot of transactions are happening. But lower volumes are pushing us higher is also as well a very good sign, a very healthy sign. However, if we're looking here at the weekly, for Ethereum. We actually went inside that EMA ribbon for the first time ever since. As we started, what are we moving here? Since July 2020, we went up, came back down inside of it, and pushed up. And ever since, we actually didn't even touch it that one time. Now, this is the first time we actually went down to it. A lot of buyers took that as a nice buying opportunity. If you're seeing here on the weekly, we're seeing that 3 times we touched that $1,755 region. Very nice place where we see those buyers actually come in once, twice, 3 times. That to me, I take that in a very positive. It tells me there's a very positive outlook on the market. I'm in a nice buy zone. I'm seeing right here. Back if I go to the daily, for example, you'll see that this is where the supply and demand during those times actually got squeezed, and at that moment here everything got quiet. We want to see who the winner is of this price action. Sellers are selling more aggressively, buyers are buying more aggressively, and then at one point we agree to that one price, we get squeezed at that one price, and we want to see who's going to be the winner of that price action. Break out of it, and then boom, that just sent the price action all the way up to the 4,391. Now when we come back into it, we always keep an eye out on where we broke out. Looks like exactly where we broke out. We saw that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times where we touched it and actually bounced above it. So now that's what happened. A bunch of times we actually, bounce off that price action. Overall, if we're looking at the weekly, we're getting into a nice support zone in terms of the EMAs. We're getting to the EMAs after downtrending for a while, and boom. If we're looking at the monthly, very nice candle. Everything looks, but I think I have enough criteria to say this is going to continue to go up. And we see that the market actually responded to that, not only from in terms of price action, but also fundamentally with the EIP 1559 as well being implemented. And now Ethereum is not, not fully, it's not deflationary, but the inflation rate actually dropped. Now we're introducing less Ethereum to the market, almost by 30%. And yeah, I mean, that's just the positive on top of positive on top of positive. Although we had a lot of fun, that's also coming from how much did it drop, man? Was this like 65 or something?
It was a lot.
60%. Once you're having a bunch of those, factors coming in, and once you're seeing that we're also fundamentally moving to a very well-established blockchain, I don't know what else to tell you, man. I don't know what else you want to show to the people. But anyways, obviously there's a lot of FUD in the market, and everyone is having their own reservations. I think the biggest thing we need to be careful of right now, just with Bitcoin, actually also, regulations came in and start beating the market. With Ethereum and DeFi specifically DeFi, there's a lot more to come, in my opinion, in terms of regulations, in terms of how that money is going to move around. And we got to keep that in mind. That's monetary system. It's not just holding gold or whatever the case might be. That's you actually earning money and earning yield on certain things. And I think staking and the whole economics behind it is definitely going to get people, more, those regulators getting more and more into the space and trying to get a piece of it. So I want people to make sure they're aware of that. But Ethereum looks good so far, man, in my opinion. And yeah, things are just looking good so far.
No, man, they're looking very good. We're flipping major resistance and support. I mean, if we go back to my screen here, so we're doing a few very interesting things here. So we are forming kind of a ascending triangle, at the very least, a trend line here that we broke above. Very good to see, as well as if you look at the uptrend here, the cycle's bull run, we held the daily EMA ribbons as support mostly throughout the whole uptrend. So we're back above them now. Very good to see. Now, I would be wary of this zone from $3,200 to $3,400. I think it's very similar to Bitcoin's 48,000 to 50,000 zone, where if this was a bull trap, this is likely the zone for a bull trap to happen. So if Ethereum could have daily candles closing above 3,400, in that case, that's very bullish. We would see continuation. But we're right up against resistance at 236, price reactive level right there. So $3,400, critical look out for. If you get daily candles closing above that, very good sign. Now, I also see in the comments here, someone saying, when is Altseason confirmed? Well, one very helpful thing you could look out for is the altcoin season index, which basically just tells us who's outperforming who. Is Bitcoin outperforming the rest of the market, or altcoins outperforming Bitcoin? And typically speaking, when Bitcoin is doing well in comparison to altcoins, that has historically been a very, very good time to accumulate altcoins. And when altcoins are very heated and doing very well and outperforming Bitcoin, it has historically been a great time to sell altcoins. So, if you're looking for kind of one thing to consider when taking profits on altcoins. I would say the next time it's alt season, next time alts are very overheated and outperforming Bitcoin, we're in this high region, the high 90s here. Well, I will definitely be considering this as one factor in my take profit strategy. But speaking of take profit strategy, I want to take a second to kind of give you guys some insight in our VIP Discord group. And so maybe we can take a second to go through some of the altcoins we've been talking about in that group. But before we do, is there anything else you want to say about Ethereum, man?
No, I think this is pretty much it. I had one thing to say, but I actually completely forgot it. So let's just go there. Yeah.
All right. Well, if it comes back, you just tell me.
Yeah.
So, guys, look, you have got to like and subscribe because this is an absolutely gorgeous piece of information we're about to bring you guys. So, look, on this channel, we try and help you guys get a better understanding of what's going on in the altcoin market and what's going on in the crypto markets. We don't fully understand everything ourselves. We're not gods, but we try and figure things out. We try to share our insights with you guys as well. And that's part of what we do in our VIP Discord group. So, guys, look, we have been doing so well. We have been doing so well that I was like messing. Listen to me, man. I need to brag.
Go ahead, man. I didn't say it. You're just smiling, and I'm like, okay, sure, no problem.
Guys, I need to brag because we have been absolutely killing it in our VIP Discord group. Folks, I want to give you guys a little bit of a taste of how well we've been calling this market, how well we've been calling breakouts, how well
give them
a
bit of a tease, man, a bit of a tease.
So I'll give you guys a bit of a tease as to how incredibly fantastic we've been doing. So over here, kind of beginning or end of last month, roughly 2 weeks ago, this is our VIP Disc group where we share our setups, what we're buying, just all the important stuff. So, over here on the 29th of last month, I said how I was buying ETH. So I was buying ETH right here on this candle on a higher high above that relief rally. So I said I was buying there, and let's say you bought there, you could have been up over 38% on Ethereum. Let's take a look at Cardano. This thing has been absolutely flying. Folks, for weeks, for months, I've been talking about not only on the YouTube channel, but in our VIP Discord group, how the 100 daily EMA for Cardano was critical, and how if we spent a couple days above it, that's where I would be looking to buy in. And if you would have been a VIP Discord member and followed our setup here, where we posted a setup and spoke about when we were looking to get in, then you could have been up on Cardano 60%. It's not just Cardano. Vechain, if you followed our setups, you could have been up 65%. Heroes posting, if we get above the 200 daily, not 200 daily, 200 EMA on the 6 hour, I'd buy in. If you did that, you'd be up over 65%. Terra Luna, folks, we called Terra Luna, I called Terra Luna on June the 26th. June the 26th is right here. You could have been up over 240% on Terra Luna. Yo, get my screen right here, bro.
Yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
Over 240% on Terra Luna. Folks, if you want an extra hand navigating the space, become a VIP Discord member. Get access through our Patreon. Link for that is down in the description below. And look, guys,
walk you through it. Let's just
look at our calls. We have been killing it. Any one of our calls could pay for years in our group. And I mean, look.
I think they should build a statue for us.
I think they should. I genuinely think they should. But you know what? Just becoming a member would be enough. Because look, at the end of the day, guys, we're all trying to figure out how to navigate this market. And we've just been doing an extremely good job. Audius, a recent call, broke out of this wedge pattern. We're up 20%. Hex, we're up 8%. So I think this is kind of the worst of the recent calls. We're only up 8%. So we'll see what happens here. But look, man, I just want to take a second. This chart, look how technically beautiful Hex moves. Like, look at this trend line. It's just respecting the shit out of this trend line. It just forms these kind of wedges / triangles, breaks above resistance, flies, breaks above resistance, flies, breaks above resistance. Well, it's pumping. And it made a higher high above that relief rally. So, I mean, man, we've been killing it. We're doing extremely well. You can join and check out. Link is down in the description below. Look, I just want to go through a bunch of those charts very quickly. Is there any one of these charts that you think is worth hovering on? Maybe we can talk about Cardano a bit more, because there's been some very interesting stuff going on with Gogan and smart contracts. Maybe
let's do it.
All right, let's do it. because I know a lot of people are very interested in Cardano. So look, man, this is what I'm looking out for with Cardano, and you tell me if you agree or not, which is kind of this zone right here from really $1.90 to about $1.75. I think as long as Cardano can manage to hold this as support, then it has a good chance of seeing a bullish continuation. Because look, hey, maybe this is a bull trap. This is still kind of a lower high. Maybe we come right back down. I do think that at some point a cool off with Cardano is highly likely. But if we can just make a higher low, pull back and hold and flip previous resistance and solidify it into support, then in that case, it could see bullish continuation. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, if you think about it, like, I genuinely don't think it's a bull trap would be a quick push and then boom right after. But this is us literally being, well, how much are we right now? If we're looking, let me just maybe switch to my screen for a bit. How far are we from all-time highs right now? What are we at right now? We're 20 this, so like 9 cent away from all-time high.
Yeah.
9% away from all-time highs. I mean, I think this is what we should be looking at specifically, right? And for the longest time, we were talking about this. You had your line put up there. There's specific, keep sellers coming in more aggressively. And if let's just remove all the drawings, all the bias, and just look overall. What's the first thing that comes to mind? Is this level right here, somewhere from the dollar to this? No specifics. Some sort of a zone somewhere here between the 90 cent all the way up to here is a buy zone. And that's pretty much it. And then you're looking at a couple of times bouncing above it. At one point got squeezed, and now we pushed back up. And in my opinion, maybe if we zoom in, I'm not sure if it actually did. If we're looking even at closing prices, if we had a close, we were only 5% away from an actual, all-time highs, quote unquote, closing price for Cardano. The highest Cardano closing price we had was the $2.30, and then the most recent one we had was the $2.18. So again, I think it's just telling you a lot about the market excitement. Everyone is excited for another leg up. Everyone's literally the whole market is coming back into it just because of they're so excited into this. And we're at a point where fundamentally the blockchain itself and the technology is actually improving. I don't know if you guys saw, we had here we shared this September 1st. Hard forking the testnet, but the date that everyone's looking for the smart contracts, man, what's the date?
September 12th.
September 12th is the mainnet upgrade. So talk about excitement for everyone's been waiting for Cardano.
Huge.
I don't know about I don't want to say like a bear market, but I think 70% of Cardano is actually locked, right? Is actually staked, or whatever the case might be. It was a 65 to 70 or something, but the majority of the supply, is.
Oh yeah.
And again, still locked, still not in circulation. We're just seeing the actual the limited circulating supply right now, and exchanges playing this out. Again, tells you a lot that a lot of Cardano holders, a lot of Ethereum holders, a lot of Bitcoin holders are actually also in it for the technology itself, because they believe in it and they keep on accumulating more and more at every dip. And I think now we got to a point. This year was pretty nice. The first 6 months are actually painted a very nice picture of what to come. And I really do think 2022, man, is going to be another big year for everything we're having here, with a bunch of other altcoins that we're going to see. But again, we got to see how the market reacts to everything.
Yeah. And by the way, I don't think we even we did mention it. Smart contracts on the 12th. So, I mean, for those who don't know, what this means is that cryptocurrencies will be able to be native on the Cardano blockchain, because right now, any Cardano project is not actually running on the Cardano blockchain. It's all running on Ethereum. So once Gogan and smart contracts come out, no, it just looks like you're making a face. You're making a face. They will all be native on the Cardano. That's not water, bro.
That's Pepsi.
Yeah.
Pepsi. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No, this is just huge. But one thing I'm worried about, and I think should be worth discussing, is could it be a buy the rumor, sell the news event?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Because it's not a rumor. It's not this is like buy the rumor in the stock market is more like, oh, let's say JP Morgan is about to sell a bunch of stuff, or they're about to buy a bunch, low of like this company, for example. Go and buy it before, and sell it when the news actually comes out. This right here is an actual development. This is Tesla putting, out a new product, in my opinion. I don't think it's a rumor kind of thing. Unless I'm
Yeah,
wrong, I don't know. Maybe.
it's just the verbiage, it's just a saying. But the meaning behind the wording just means that there's sell-offs after major events. And
That's true. Yeah, yeah, it
yeah,
could be, but I just think it's such an like if this is not an actual reason to buy the coin, right? Then like what else is there? Like these are like
it is.
actual real developments, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
No, look, man, it is very bullish, and I think one of the things that's like making me lean more towards maybe your view, where we could see bullish continuation after smart contracts on the 12th, is the fact that Ethereum had EIP 1559, what, like somewhere over here or something?
Hmm.
When was
August
it?
5th.
August 5th, right here, and it saw a bullish continuation.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
look, if Ethereum could have a buy the rumor, sell the news event, but then it's see continuation, then I think Cardano could have one as well. So
Yeah.
I just want to get across the point that there is always that possibility. And if you were looking for a place to begin to take profits and long-term positions, selling leading up to a major news event where we're likely to see an anticipatory run-up is not financial advice, but also not the craziest thing in the world. Like, for example, if you've been holding Cardano ever since 10 cents and you're kind of looking for some area to start to take profits, not sell everything, but sell like 5-10%, could the launch of Gold into smart contracts, where we're likely to see an anticipatory run up leading up to it, be one area to maybe think about taking profits? I don't know. I don't know. That's ultimately a decision for you to make. But I, I just want to make it clear that we could have
Say
a
it, man.
sell off. We could have a sell off.
Look, we could actually have a sell-off, but I
Yeah.
also think it's like the beginning of a new journey as well for Cardano. Now the sell-off could be temporary, it could be even those big investors that are actually waiting for Cardano's ecosystem to blow up are also saying, yeah, the same thing. Let me just let this pump for a bit. I know a bunch of people are actually gonna sell it on the 12th. Let me buy the dip as well. I wouldn't like if we're zooming out a lot and looking at the bigger picture, this is such a good event for this that it could be, like it could be also as well that, hey, you held for a long time over a lot of speculations, and now the real deal is actually here. So there's actually even more reasons for you to hold Cardano if this actually goes as smoothly, for example, as EIP 1559 got. A lot of people are actually talking about it, like a disaster happening as soon as EIP 1559. No, like not a lot of like just something happening with the blockchain itself overall, but it actually went very smooth. So are we going to have the same thing with Cardano? Is Cardano going to give its holders more and more reasons to hold it for the longest, for a longer period? Let's see that as well. So like we're saying, guys, there's not financial advice.
Yeah.
So many pieces to this chess game, so many pieces to this puzzle, and everything can go sideways still tomorrow. You might have an infrastructure bill for again taking more taxes on Cardano, whatever the case might be. You never know, but it's on you to weigh the risks and the rewards, and we're just here to chill it to the moon. Am I right?
Yes, in a world where I'm here more specifically to shill our VIP Discord group, where we
Boom, boom,
call
boom.
out fantastic setups where you could be up over 60% on Cardano and a hell of a lot more on other projects. So, folks, if you want
Nice
help,
segue.
VIP Disc, remember, link for that is down in the description below. We are only just killing it and doing amazing all the time consistently. So just
Boom,
something to
boom,
think
boom,
about.
man.
Also, man, one last thing with Cardano too is I see someone here in the comments saying Cardano is going to $20 in 2022. Now,
God
I
damn.
definitely have opinions on this, but what do you think? Are we seeing a $20 Cardano in 2022?
Oof. I don't want to start swearing. Who knows, man? No
Yeah, who
one
knows? No one
knows.
knows.
No one knows what's gonna happen. And like I don't want to sound like like an asshole, but like I hate when someone not asks, but even it's like, oh, it's gonna be $50. Like you don't know. No one knows. It all depends on supply and demand. The moment maybe something happens tomorrow, but $20 for this again. What kind of market cap are we talking about, man? $20.
Dude,
Well, how many
for Cardano to
trillions?
go to $20, the market, the total crypto market cap would have to be over 10 trillion, 20 trillion, which is extremely unlikely.
Could it
Extremely.
happen? It might. It might happen. Are
I
we gonna
think
have a flock of institutions coming in within the next 2 years pushing? It could, hundred
it,
percent. But then
it's
again,
not
who
it's not
knows?
impossible, but is it likely? Probably not. Let me
That's
share
a
with
good
you
question.
my likely price predictions for Cardano. If we do indeed get a second leg of the bull run, I think $3.50, $5 is very realistic for Cardano. I think, once we start talking about $7.50, $10, that's a bit more optimistic. But I think somewhere around maybe $5 is very realistic. Could we see more? I think between kind of like the $5 and $10 zone for this cycle is very realistic. For Cardano to go to $20, the total crypto market cap would have to be what, 10 trillion, 20 trillion. Cardano itself, it's just it's
Even
it's a
if you
little too bullish
even
to a fault, I think.
even if we just just a quick exercise. I mean, right now market cap for Ethereum is 387 billion. Cardano's sitting at 69. Do quick maths, nothing crazy, divided by 69. What do we have? It's like 5 folds. So like Cardano right now, for Cardano they go to what Ethereum's next price target is, and which is which is what Ethereum is sitting at right now in terms of market cap. Cardano can only just probably go 5 times more. So like, and again, I don't think that's possible right now for Cardano just to flip Ethereum out of nowhere. I think it's just a bunch of advancements that we need. But then again, what's Cardano sitting at right now? What's the price? $2 or whatever. Yeah, so I could say sure, maybe $8 Cardano if we actually push all the way up there. But then again, there's a bunch of money that needs to be poured in. But thank you for asking the question, bro.
But also one last thing, just to finish off on that point. You said specifically 2022. See, I fear people not considering the fact that crypto's historically moved in cycles into their analysis into how they buy and sell. Because I personally think that come 2022, we're likely to enter a bear market. Now, I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. But there's a risk to reward you got to apply to your to your timing. And the more time goes on, the further we get into this year, the greater the risk. And I do think at some point we will get a bear market, likely starting in 2022, in my opinion. Could be wrong.
Yeah, no, 100%. We gotta weigh the risk and the reward 100% and see what comes out. But again, Cardano 2020 $20, highly unlikely in my opinion.
He said
But
2022.
2022 again.
Yeah.
Patrick Bros is saying when moon.
When Bitcoin has daily candles fully closing about $50,000, because if Bitcoin does that, the altcoin market will have the confidence it needs to see bullish continuation. So Bitcoin spending 1 or 2 or 3 days fully closing about $50,000 will lead the market to moon.
There we go. Patrick, thank you for asking the question. We got 52 people here in the comment section that are actually watching right now. So make sure you like, share, and comment and subscribe and do whatever you got to do to get this rolling. What else we got here, man? What else you want to talk about?
Well, we can either do a portfolio update, folks, for those who don't know. First off, like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. We're constantly breaking down your favorite altcoins, doing price predictions, and sharing our thoughts on the market. Or we can take a look at Vechain. What do you want to do?
Let's look at, someone asked actually about Vechain. Will Vechain break all-time high by the end of the month? What is the EOY end of the year? Yes, he said all that. Don't cut me off, man.
I'm sorry.
So end of the year, end of the month. What is the end of the year price prediction for Vechain? $20,000 Vechain we're gonna have by the end of the year, guys. Let's look at Vechain, man. You want to pull it up from your end while I actually just set my standing desk here?
I gotta go ahead. So I love Vechain. Vechain's my favorite altcoin, and I think Vechain is either my second or third largest holding. Number 1 Ethereum, number 2 or 3 Vechain. So I really like Vechain a lot. And guys, I say this because at the end of the day, I want to try and help you guys do well in this market as well. And if you were a VIP Discord member, you could have been up over 65%.
A billionaire by now. Just say how it is.
Guys, it's true. I know it's gross to shill, but I mean, we're doing well and we want to help you guys do well as well. Now, some to consider about Vechain. While I love Vechain, we are right up against resistance. If we draw a trend line here from the all-time high, next lower higher here, extend it, that's resistance. That's also paired with the 382 Fibonacci retracement. So we have a confluence of reasons to believe that this area right here at 14 cents is likely to be strong resistance. So if Vechain can manage to break above 14 cents, come back down, retest, hold it as support, then in that case, I think Vechain could see bullish continuation. If we don't get above this thing in the next day or two, it's going to look like we're going to get rejected. In that case, I could see Vechain falling all the way back down to 10.5, 11 cents. So it's critical that within the next day or two we break above 14 cents, come back down, hold it, retest it. If not, maybe 10, 11 cents is very possible. I think it's also likely to just be affected by whatever Bitcoin and Ethereum are up to.
100%. That's why, like, that's what I said. Like, at the end of the day, it actually depends on what Bitcoin does. But nonetheless, if we're looking here, we're back into these, I would say, to the back of this right here. So maybe just to kind of show you what I'm talking about, that 14 cent, 15 cent region, we're obviously going to have some sort of retracement. But then again, you're seeing here that the AMA ribbon on the daily just had a crossover. We didn't come down fully to retest it yet. I do think that this is a level we're going to retrace for a bit, come back down, prove that this whole region we have right now is actually a support. I think that's for the whole market, for the whole altcoin market, for every single piece of, whatever altcoin you're looking at, meme coin, whatever it is. This whole cluster of price action we had from May, where everything was flippity flop and going sideways, nothing made sense, a lot of FUD. Now we broke above it, and we need to come back to it and reject it as we go down for us to continue to think that this is actually going to move back upwards. So very critical times. Everyone's talking about bullish market, bull market, and the bear market. This is it right here. We finally had that leg up. We're going to see, we're going back up to these higher levels. We want to see if sellers are still lurking, which they will, but are they strong enough to hold us back down to these lower levels? That's the main question. And I think for Vechain, if you want to know what happens with Vechain, look at Bitcoin. That's what it is. But nonetheless, man, I think Vechain this year had a lot of developments. They're pushing for a lot. Look at the
They've
past.
been growing so much.
We're not going to fully get into it, but I mean, we put a bunch of videos talking about the developments with Vechain. Vechain is not just whatever, not just the price, it's not just for making money. These guys are pushing for a bunch. They got a bunch of tools, a bunch of utilities. They got featured in Italy, in the main national channel. I don't want to get too much into it. I think it's a bit sensitive, but it has to do with the pandemic and everything, and track
Don't
quality
say the word.
and risk.
Can't say the word.
Risk,
The
risk
big cough.
assessment and risk and quality control. These guys are actually doing great. The team is doing great, but I think the biggest thing is that they are on China's good side, man.
They are on China's good side, and if China ever opened up crypto investing to their own people, Vechain would just fucking explode. I think that they would only possibly do that once they release their own digital yuan. I don't think they would do it before then, but either way, man, you're right. Vechain's ecosystem has been growing. They're not just a tracking on the blockchain play anymore. They're building out an ecosystem, NFTs, trading, all this stuff. They have a DAO where they can fund protocols to be built on top of Vechain. They're growing quite a lot. So the Vechain of last year is definitely not the Vechain of today. So the fundamentals are getting nothing but better. Technically speaking, 14 cents is critical, the 15 cent region, like you were saying. Now, one last thing I would say with Vechain is that two critical support levels, 200 EMA on the 6 hour and the daily EMA ribbon has held as support all throughout Vechain's major impulses. And so what are we seeing here? All throughout the impulse, those two support things I mentioned, held as support. Throughout the downtrend, they were resistance. But what are we seeing now? We now broke above them. Super, super good to see. Very bullish. But what have we also noted? We never came back down to retest them.
Hell no.
At some point, we will retest these EMA ribbons and 200 EMA on the 6 hour. So if and when, whether it's this week on a breakdown or next month on a breakup and then a retest, we will retest these things eventually. And once we do and hold them as support, that would be a great spot to dollar cost average in further, and great just bullish confirmation. If we just retest these, hold it as support, put it in a higher low, then we could probably see further bullish continuation.
Agreed, brother. I really think so. I think actually, man, like we really did break above that range for all coins, including Bitcoin, including Ethereum. Now we just need to get back down there and just stack it right underneath it. We need confirmation. Andrew's saying Matic will be necessary for long-term Ethereum success due to the scaling and massive demand put on the Ethereum virtual machine Web 3.0. 100%. I
completely agree.
I think honestly, Matic is serving the community, the other protocols that want to integrate on Ethereum. Giving them more, just an option. Is it security you want, or you want faster transactions, or you want to just use, I don't know, lower gas fees, But man, I think it's making it easier for the community to actually interact with Ethereum, and we're very bullish on Matic, man.
Very, because look, even if Ethereum 2.0 does 100x in terms of throughput, the demand for Ethereum is 1,000x, 10,000x.
Yeah.
Could you imagine every, or not every, but video games, social media networks, global banking, financial systems being built on top of Ethereum? The demand for throughput is 100,000x. And so, yeah, sure, E2.0, yeah, they'll increase their throughput, but these second layer scaling solutions, Arbitrum, there's another one too. What's another popular? Anyways, regardless of the names, all these second layer scaling solutions will all be needed. Matic will be needed 5 years from now to help scale Ethereum. So I'm very bullish in the long term.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Yeah. So what else we got here, man?
So, man, look, there's a lot of comments. Should we maybe continue answering some comments or go to our portfolio? What do you think here?
Let's get the portfolio, I would say, and then we'll, end it with just talking to the peeps.
Okay, because we could probably do this pretty quickly. So, folks, look, for those people who don't know, me and Messin, we're both building a paper portfolio from scratch, starting with 5,000 USDC and dollar cost averaging an additional 100 USDC every week. So I've added the additional $100 for this week. And so this is my portfolio. I'll go over to yours in case you can't sign in. So Messin has been taking a very passive approach.
A lot of cash.
A lot of cash. You're definitely waiting for a dip.
I got to pay rent.
But hey, all your calls have been doing very well. You're up 71% on Vechain. Axie Infinity, dude, you made such a good call in Axie Infinity. Remember me? I tried to discourage you too. You're up 65% on Axie Infinity. Guys, we do this every Sunday. Like and subscribe. Every Sunday, we update you guys on our portfolio, what we're looking into, what we're going into. So, yeah, 65%.
I should have put the whole 46 in there, man.
Man, it's doing very well. It's doing extremely well. But so is my portfolio right here.
That's true. Your portfolio is looking pretty nice here. What do we have? 3,497.78 cents.
I'm basically up $3,500.
There we
go. Guys, we'll also be adding screenshots weekly of our paper portfolio to our Discord group, our free Discord group. So if you guys want to more easily track our portfolio and how it grows over time, just become a Discord member. Link for that is down in the description below. We'll be posting screenshots in our 5K portfolio challenge channel or section. You guys can go more easily track it. Now, what we usually do is add $100 into a new project or something existing. But I'm personally waiting because I'm waiting for a specific project, Gods Unchained. It is a play to earn NFT crypto gaming play. Those have been doing extremely well, like Axie Infinity, like we've seen. So this is a brand new kind of play to earn crypto video game. They're releasing their native token, Gods, in the very near future here. They will be releasing their details on Twitter. So if you guys want to be notified, make sure you follow Gods Unchained on Twitter, and they'll tweet out the updates once their token comes out. But I'm basically just waiting on the sidelines and accumulating a couple $100 to put into Gods Unchained, because as we've
seen, it. You gotta snipe it on us.
These plays are doing absolutely crazy. So I don't know. Is there anything you want to add to your portfolio?
For this week, I haven't really thought about it yet. I might just add an update Discord again. Make sure you guys join it. But I wanted to get more and more into what's it called, specifically for this. So look, I'll tell you overall what my plan was. Was I lacking with this portfolio? 100%. I fully realize it. I do think that there's a bit of a leg down coming. And that's when I'm I want some sort of confirmation.
It's going to come at some point. It could be this week. It could be next month. We definitely, even the bull market, we never go up forever. We're going to have a pullback.
And look, man, I'm going to be honest, man. Look, we put out a poll about what are you most bullish on, DeFi or NFTs. Every time we talk about NFTs, a flock of people talk shit. I'm going to be very straightforward. I see a lot of comments saying NFTs and this and that. NFTs are going to blow up. NFTs are going to be the biggest thing ever. It's going to catch you so off guard just because of the consumer base, just because people like it, and just social crypto. Instagram has nothing monetary behind it. It's just people sharing stuff, sharing pictures. There's nothing of value where, it's just like... But now every single business has if you don't have Instagram, you're not working. If you don't have a Twitter, forget about it. Again, NFTs are going to be the next biggest thing. And not only NFT, as in an NFT is someone drew a painting and put it up. No, you want to support your artist, they're going to have an NFT. If you want to have, let's say, a skin on some sort of a game, and COD, Warzone, whatever the case might be, Fortnite, it's going to be an NFT.
NFTs are moving to
Artwork,
Instagram.
music,
Yeah.
100% memes at one point are going to be an NFT, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think everything is going to get monetized, and people. I just hate to see our audience losing up on it, man.
And man, the great thing about NFTs is that a lot of people seem to insist on not understanding them. And
I don't know why.
the more people don't understand something that you believe has solid fundamentals and that can appreciate long term, the greater the opportunity is. Because here's the thing, folks. Why is it possible to make 100x's in crypto? It's because nobody fucking understands the space and nobody's
Wash
in
your
it.
mouth.
If if everyone understood this space and all that, then the money would have already been made. The way you make money is by finding the niches where nobody understands what's going on and being the earliest and being the first guy in. That's how you make the most amount of money. And I would consider NFT and a lot of NFT projects definitely in that niche. Well, a lot of people are starting to understand them, but there's definitely a lot of value there. Sure.
100%. I'm just going to put it this way, too. Even from a regulation standpoint, I really think this is going to be very pivotal. DeFi has a bunch of obstacles in front of it right now from a regulatory standpoint that I'm not saying it's going to be, it's going to go down. No. But we're going to have a bunch of walls that we're going to hit along the way. That's just going to not, keep you, it's going to keep you awake at night. I think Ethereum's still NFTs. It's not just DeFi. Ethereum's still, a bunch of other stuff besides DeFi. It's gaming as well. And you can really be a part of that as well. But again, not financial advice. I'm just opening up your eyes to NFTs, and hopefully you understand what's going on. Maybe we should talk more about NFTs at one point.
We really should. We really should, man. That space is incredibly underappreciated, and it's such an opportunity specifically because it's one of the newer crypto niches that has long-term staying power. That people, it's not as developed as DeFi. DeFi, in my opinion, is far more developed than NFTs. The hype for NFTs really just started like a couple months ago, 5-6 months ago.
Yeah,
it's when it started. It's much more underdeveloped. So, folks, if you guys want to learn more about NFTs, make sure you like and subscribe. Because here's Superfarm that I bought on live stream maybe 2 weeks ago or something. It's up 53%. So, folks, like and subscribe. Do me and you a favor. We want to help you guys better navigate the space, so make sure you stay tuned because as this bull market matures, we're going to be talking about the major levels we're looking out for. Once it maybe comes time to maybe start taking profits, we're going to share our thoughts on things we consider. So folks, like and subscribe. Now I see someone saying RedX Playa saying, how do you buy NFT?
NFTs. Bunch of different ways, man.
There are a bunch of different ways. So the most popular DApp out there for buying and selling NFTs is OpenSea. Yes. So if you want to buy NFT art yourself, go to OpenSea. It's the largest NFT marketplace in the world. Now, I would say that NFT themselves as an investment are super risky and highly speculative because who knows if these NFTs will hold their value over the years. Everyone's making them. There's so many NFTs out there. You have to be super selective and be extremely knowledgeable because I guarantee you 99% of the NFTs out there today will not hold their value 5 years from now. So you really got to know what you're doing when it comes to NFT plays. If not, I would invest in NFT protocol specifically. Not financial advice, but as an example, as an NFT play, Superfarm, Engine, Eternity. There's dozens and dozens of projects out there.
There's a bunch.
Yeah, if you want to familiarize yourself further, if you go to CoinGecko and if you go to NFTs here, there's a whole section that lists popular high market cap NFT plays. I'm not telling you to FOMO into any one of these specifically, but if you want to learn more, these are the big NFT protocols, and this is the largest NFT marketplace in the world.
God, what is that?
This one?
Yeah.
Looks pretty nice. It is nice. There's
1.32. Wow. Yeah, it is actually. But yeah, that's what we're saying, guys.
Yeah.
The protocol. Look at the protocol. That's what a lot of the hype is at you. And if you think about it, when everything was going down, with all the FUD, the biggest, FUD we had. Can you not drink what I'm talking, man? It's so irritating.
You're going to make me spit.
Anyways, look at the protocols, guys. If you see what happened with Axie Infinity, it just kept on going up just because people are playing it. There's a consumer base to it. At the end of the day, crypto isn't just for making money. There's a utility behind it. And the more that utility, the more that tool gets used, the more of it, the more it's going to be solidified. It has a use case to it. It's not just going to the moon kind of, scheme. It has a use case to it. Now we're in the mainstream. The hype is kind of, okay, sure. Now we know about crypto. What's next? What is this? What is this all about? This is what it's all about, and it has an actual use case to it. And you should be definitely looking at what NFTs are doing, what crypto gaming is doing, and because I think that is definitely going to be a lot bigger than just us looking at the chart itself.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Yeah. So look, we've been going on for an hour here. I think we should start to wrap it up.
Right.
Now, one last thing I would like to say is, guys, I made a new section to our website. For those of you who don't know, we now have a website, aMillionortheMoon.com. We created a section for those who want to more easily follow some of our public calls. Go to our website, www.aMillionortheMoon.com. It's in the description down below as well. Favorite, heart, and star, and bookmark our website if you want to follow some of our public calls. I mean, over here is an example of how I called Ethereum at $373 US. I mean, you called BNB back when it was $30. And we post sources so you guys can go and see how we called these plays that have done absolutely fantastic. So folks, like and subscribe. Check out our website if you want to track some of the calls we made publicly. And also, this is the last thing I'll say on our VIP disc group, guys. We've been absolutely killing it. ADA up 60% since the last call. ETH up 38% since the last call. Vechain up 64% since the last call. Luna 240%. Folks, if you want a hand navigating the space, become a VIP disc member. Link for that is down in the description below. That's the last I'll say of it. Is there any final questions or things you want to get off your chest, man?
Not really, man. I appreciate you guys watching. There's 56 people. You guys are beautiful. You really know what's going on. And if you're here, congratulate you on a very successful step you took today, end of the day on a Sunday. And tomorrow is Monday. Make sure you wake up positive. Make sure you drink your water. Approach the whole week. Why are you smiling?
I'm not smiling.
All right. Approach the week positively, and let's just all pray for crypto once again, man.
Yes.
I sound like a dad.
I do, or you do?
I do.
A little bit.
Yeah, I do.
You just gotta drink more water, man.
I do gotta drink more water, but it's the end of the live stream here, so we gotta bring out those shades, bro.
Bring out the shades. Bring out the bull shades.
Oh yeah, 100%. So guys, thank you for a while. What you got? Something else to say here, man? What do you got?
I mean, we can maybe answer a couple questions.
Let's talk to the people.
Yeah, you want
it? Yeah.
Okay, all right. So look, guys, because look, we want to. If you guys have some questions here, we'll keep going for a sec. We wanted to wrap up the live stream, but if you guys got questions, we'll talk. So I see a lot of people saying, "What about Elrond? What about VThor?" Someone's asking about Doge, Polkadot, Kusama. What do you think is worth addressing here, man?
I would say Doge.
You want to take a look at Doge? Let's take a look. Doge has actually been doing very well, and
very, very well, actually.
It honestly has a pretty decent setup. Not gonna lie, man. Like,
what is it sitting at right now?
I like to hate on Doge a lot, but this is not a bad.
Well, Doge is doing its own thing, man.
Yeah, like it's actually not bad.
Just do the TA, man.
Yeah, I would say if Doge can do something like this, if Doge gets above, I'd say 37 cents, 38 cents, it could probably see continuation. I would say this is my red resistance zone.
Guys, this guy doesn't want to do a TA on Doge. Go ahead, man.
No, I'm doing it. Look, this is the resistance right here. I know it's wide, but it is what it is. If we get back above here, higher high above 38 cents, 40 cents, we'll probably see continuation.
So invest?
Definitely. I wouldn't. I wouldn't, but
there you go, guys. That's your TA. Very, very well detailed Doge TA. Someone's asking about Matic. Let's pull up Matic, man.
Let's do it. It's been a while since we've looked.
Yeah, Matic has been really nice. Same exact track.
Yeah, but this is gorgeous. I like this.
So let's look. What would you say a nice price target for Matic here if you had to? If you had to.
Price target for Matic. Look, I would honestly need like a minute. Do you want to do some?
Yes, let me just take over, man. Let me take over. I
Yeah,
got it,
hold
man.
on.
So, Matic, we're sitting right now at. Let me just take out this real quick, because I can't see anything. We're sitting at what do we have? $1.48 at the moment for Matic. So overall, again, guys, since we're transitioning, right? So if you look here, ever since we start pumping back in February 2021, pushed up, and we come back to this EMA ribbon. So let me just make this a little bit bigger for you so you understand what I'm saying. Pushing above, come back to the ribbon, buy zone. A lot of people want to buy it at that place. They wait for that dip and boom, continue to go up, continue to go up. Major movement to the upside. Expect a major movement back to to the lower EMA levels, specifically the 100 EMA or probably the 200 EMA as well. But for Matic, it likes to do those things where it just pumps, goes sideways for like a month or so, month and a half, and as soon as we break the upper resistance, we fly again. And again, we go sideways for a bit. You probably can't even see on the daily here, maybe the 12-hour. Here, you'll see a very clear resistance, very clear support, break above it, continue to push up, and it just does the same thing. But anyways, on the daily right now, we're looking for Matic. The EMA ribbon, we know the bottom, the bright yellow, I guess, was on the bottom, and the lower EMAs here were actually all the way at the top. For the longest time, we flipped somewhere close to, I would say, here beginning of July, and now we had a crossover again, a bullish crossover again for that, and we pushed back upwards. So still don't have any kind of retracement back to this. We still specifically at a crossover like this. We need the price action come back down to this, kiss it goodbye, and just continue to push back upwards. So that's what we're saying. We need to retest this on a shorter time frame. I would say Matic is most likely going to come back at least at $1.15. Retest that, and it's only going upwards for that. After, again, we want to see what happens. More new conditions come up, a bunch of different factors gets added to the equation again. But overall, shorter time frame, past week or so, I do expect Matic. I expect the whole space to just come back down to retest those lower levels, because we just pulled up Doge. But I bet you if I pull up anything right now, it's most likely going to look the same. Yeah. Zilliqa, same exact thing. IOTA, same exact thing. Elrond, same exact thing.
Yeah.
And it's all for Vechain, same exact thing. Everything's going to come back down to those EMAs and supposedly get back up depending whatever happens with the buyers. But
at
again,
some
Matic,
point, yeah. Sorry,
no, go ahead.
What I would just say is, look, at some point, if we go to my screen here, we will have a market-wide pullback, whether it's this week, next month. It'll happen at some point. We never just go up in a straight line. The key thing for this market to continue is maintaining higher lows. Because if Bitcoin and Ethereum start putting in lower lows on a pullback, well, then it started to look like, hey, maybe this was a bull trap. So if we want this momentum to continue, we got to keep seeing higher highs and higher lows with Bitcoin and Ethereum. If they start putting in lower lows, then the folks saying, this was a bull trap, they start to look like they may be indeed right. Now, assuming this wasn't a bull trap, and assuming we do get a second look at the bull run, I think reasonable price predictions for Matic Polygon is anywhere from like the high $4 range, like $4.80 to I'd say about $12. So basically from $4 to $12, $4 more conservative prediction, $12 more optimistic is kind of what I think Matic has a reasonable argument to achieve, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. What else we got here? You guys buying back Matic? Matic is probably most like one of our top 5, I would say. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure Matic is one of the top ones.
Matic Polygon was my first ever 100x. I made 100x on Matic Polygon. I bought it 2 cents and I sold it $2. It was my first ever 100x. And so I sold the vast majority because, hey, I did 100x. I capitalized on that. So, no, I actually sold the vast majority of my Matic Polygon. And the small amount I have left, I'll just hold that the next 5 years. Regardless.
So you're not buying back?
Well, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. The question is, like, should one buy back? Honestly, look, if you're looking to diversify a bit, I think it's a fine play. Ultimately, I would want a bit of bullish confirmation. I want to break above $1.50, come back down and retest a little bit of support. If you were interested in Matic, if we did a resistance to support flip at $1.50, then sure, I would buy in there. Yeah.
So there you have it, Andrew. That's your answer.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Ravecoin? I have no clue what
Raven coin.
Raven
Rave
coin.
coin.
Is there another meme coin? Or is that
No. It's a proof of work protocol. It's all the hoopla right now because I'll take this off too. Fuck. Because of the Ethereum miners. So because Ethereum's going from proof of work to proof of stake, there's all these miners that are now trying to find a new home. And Raven coin is one of those popular coins. I don't know, man. It just seems to me to be kind of like a miner's coin. There's not a lot of development or hype outside of just miners moving into it. Like there's not a lot of development I'm aware of. So it's not something that really appeals to me.
There we go. Perfect. Okay, man. So look, we're pushing the hour and 10 minute here. I don't know if we're good to go. If you're good to go, if there's anything else you want to talk about, anything else you want to advise the people on, something to watch out for this week, anything important.
Yes. So just to kind of summarize, here's some final words, folks. This 40,000, 50,000 zone for Bitcoin is the key bull trap potential area to look out for. If we were in a bull trap scenario, it's likely in this zone, in my opinion. And I could also make the argument that 52,000 is also a likely resistance as well. So if Bitcoin has daily candles fully closing above 50,000, then I think we could breathe a sigh of relief. We're also, if we go zoom in more to the short term, we're forming this pennant pattern. If we break down from this, that is not good. Now, one reason why I think we might not is because we actually tried to break down and couldn't. The bears tried to take over, but they couldn't really break us down from this pattern. So we'll see how things play out. If we break down from this, I think we're probably going to retest 41,000. So, folks, if we're above 50,000, we're somewhat out of the clear. If we break down from this pattern here, we're coming down to 51,000. We got to maintain higher lows, folks. If we lose 41,000, if we lose 37,000, then that is no bueno. Also, weekly MACD might have a bullish crossover. If we do that, we're likely to see continuation. Ultimately, just to finally wrap up for me, you guys are the best. Like and subscribe. Become a VIP Discord member if you want to absolutely kill it and do amazing like we've been doing in our group. Just calling amazing call after amazing call. Link to join that is down in the description below. Get access to our Patreon. And I'll throw it back to you, man.
So yeah, no, that's it. Again, guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you watch out for the dip. I would say that's coming up soon, so don't get caught off guard with it. There will be some sort of a retest coming up. We don't want you to get we're just very, very honest. We think that there's some sort of a retracement, some sort of a retest that's going to come. So keep an eye on that and get some confirmation, get some sleep, get some water. Like Brendan claims to have, like pioneered
3 waters.
And, thank you.
3 cups of water.
Sure, just get a bottle, buddy. What do you have? Don't you have billions of dollars? Get a bottle, man.
At least.
There we go. So, guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Stay safe. Stay smart. And
like and subscribe. Take care.
Like and subscribe. Take care. God bless.